Hello, welcome back to my channel, She Says Happiness. My name is Mary Ellen, and in my video today I'm going to share with you some recent fabrics that have arrived through the post and chat a little bit about my plans for them, if I have any. So I'm going to start with a fabric that I just received at the weekend, and I've been eyeing this fabric up for a while, and I'm delighted to say that I will be blogging for the Craft Cotton Company. And my very first make for them will be with this beautiful cotton. It's from the recent Simplicity line. These are the Simplicity ladies, and if I bring it forward just so you can see the detail on there, they're absolutely beautiful. There are 5 different designs in that collection, and I can actually show them to you because I've purchased some fat quarters for little projects, so I'll actually show you those. Let me see. So yeah, we've got the one that I have. We also have this lovely polka dot one as well, which I think is really pretty. It's just that the directions kind of put me off using it for garment making. And we have this one, which I think is lovely because in the background, I'm not sure if you can make it out. Hopefully you can see the outline of pattern pieces, and I think that's really sweet. You've also got a couple here. So I love this one. This is a real attitude fabric. This one, if you can see there, has printed on it, "Underestimate me." That'll be fun. I think that's something I might have to make up into a wearable garment for work. And then there's also this one, which says, "Pour me a glass of sass." I think they're fantastic. I love them all. Yeah, I think that that collection is a beautiful collection, and I am sure I will purchase by the meter a couple more of those designs. You'll get them with any of the Craft Company stockists, and I know Jenny Stitches has them all in stock. I think maybe 1 or 2 of them might have sold out by now, but it's worth going and having a check there to see what you can get. But yes, those as a collection are called All Dressed Up, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful way of bringing that classic vintage glamour into our sewing lives. So yeah, watch out on the Craft Company blog for that, the Craft Cotton Company blog, so many C's. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be getting that made up in the next week or 2 and having that written and sent over to the lovely people at the Craft Cotton Company. So next thing then that I have is this beautiful viscose lawn from the one and only fabric Godmother. They just have so many beautiful florals in stock at the moment, and I was trying really, really hard to resist them, and then Josie went and posted this one up on social media, and I just couldn't say no. It looks like a painting more than anything else, and I just loved it. Just a wee canvas. So viscose lawn I've actually never sewn with before. I have sewn with a lot of cotton lawns. This has a wee bit more fluidity, which you would expect from a viscose, and I bought it to make a patina blouse. I have twirled the patina blouse by the Friday Pattern Company recently, and I really, really like it. My twirl itself has turned out entirely wearable, so I just made it up quickly because I do like to twirl anything woven. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I bang on about it all the time. But I had this, I think it's a Little Johnny quilting cotton. And as I say, I mean, I love quilting cottons. I just didn't love this fabric that much. So it was put into the box of fabrics that I use for twirls. And in there tends to be those last half meters or whatever from previous projects. And they just kind of pile up. But I thought I'd make this because if nothing else, I can wear this for taking some meetings at home or something. I think the patina blouse is retro enough to fit into my wardrobe. I love the collar. There's just something about that little collar that is lovely. And somebody commented while I was chatting to them the other night, they're like, "You make your twirls really carefully." I do actually, because I like to make sure that I have the fit spot on. I even put the collar in because I wanted to see how it fitted, and I was told that I didn't need to put the collar in a toile, but in my opinion I did, because I wanted also to see just once it's all faced up and sewn in where it sat on me. I didn't want it to be too high, I didn't want it to be too low. So yeah, I just wanted to see how the whole thing worked. It's a really beautiful, simple blouse. I mean, anyone could sew this up, even if you're still at the beginner stages of your sewing journey. Maybe you haven't made a collared garment yet. It's really easy. The pattern itself, as I say, yeah, really simple. Very long actually, because I'm only 5'1". I've taken off 2 inches from this pattern, but just to give you an idea of the actual thing itself, I wonder, can I get some of it in here? So yeah, it's got puff sleeves. It's got a very straightforward front. The facing serves as the button bands. The collar is beautiful with that gorgeous little point, but if you didn't like a point, all you have to do is change your pattern piece into a curve or whatever it is you prefer, scallop, whatever. You've got the basic collar piece that fits. You can change the look of that if you wish. It's got the back yoke put in using the burrito method and a little gathered back. And again, I mean, if you don't like that gathered back, just put a pleat in instead and it'll sit a bit flatter if you prefer a more tailored look. So I've bought this fabric here to make that blouse. I do need to make a couple more adjustments. Now, I am a D cup in dressmaking sizes. This doesn't gape. It's actually okay, but just for the sake of the fit, I'd like to actually put in an FBA of maybe ½ an inch, nothing more, because as I say, there's no gape. It's just to make it a bit more comfortable across the bust. And I do need to make a narrow shoulder adjustment. But as I say, that's wearable. I can wear that when I'm sitting at home on a Zoom meeting or something like that in the evenings. And yeah, it's not the fabric that I would use. I wouldn't make it in cotton. Technically, it's not what it's intended for. I don't think that's one of the recommended fabrics. You need something with a bit more fluidity and drape, which is why I have this viscose lawn to make up a version of that. And yeah, looking forward to that. The couple of other fabrics here, I've got a couple of jersey fabrics, because I do now have this thing for sewing with jersey. I really didn't have any jersey in my wardrobe at all. Even at the start of my sewing journey, I wasn't making jersey. I think the more we had to stay at home, the more I had to work at home, the more attractive jersey became. But I do now try to make some jersey garments just for the comfort and for quick sewing. We don't always have time to be making structured garments and perfecting fit. So I do have a few jersey patterns I like to revisit if I'm short of time and I really just want to sew. So fabric that I have here is from Rainbow Fabrics, who always just deliver the goods. And as anyone who knows me will know, I love a rose print fabric. So this is a viscose jersey, which will most likely become an Adrienne dress. So it's the Friday Pattern Company Adrienne blouse, hacked into a dress just by adding a gathered skirt. And it's beautiful. So it's a black background with these pale pink flowers. Really gorgeous everyday wear. And I think sometimes as well, I mean, I don't sew with vintage patterns, and even though I try to replicate a vintage inspired wardrobe, that's something I hope doesn't put you off. I hope you don't think I'm going to be talking about vintage fashion all the time, because I'm not. I'm trying to replicate fashion that is reminiscent of the vintage styles, but entirely modern as well. So you will see I use mostly modern patterns to get my look. So yeah, Adrienne, I think, is what that's going to become. The other fabric that I've got from Rainbow Fabrics and Kilburn is another viscose jersey. Now, sadly, they were low on stock, so I've only got 2 meters of this, so it's not enough to make the dress that I wanted to make, which was the cashmerette all-cot dress. However, I'm thinking it would make just a beautiful jersey skirt for the summer months. It is a border print as well. So look at the scale of those flowers and look at the colours. Aren't they beautiful? I think I'll make just a long maxi jersey skirt for summer that I can just wear with little camisoles and things like that. But yeah, a couple of jerseys in my stash. Can't go wrong with that. And then last week, Rainbow Fabrics did another coating drop, and if you saw my last fabric haul, you'll have seen that I got 2 of their ex-Ted Baker fabrics. And yeah, they're all dead stock, so that's the one thing I do love about shopping with Rainbow Fabrics. Firstly, you have to acknowledge that their prices are incredible. I mean, see these jerseys? I think they were $3.99 a metre. So even when you're on a budget, you can get really beautiful fabrics. Again, dead stock from Turkey. Absolute gift. This is another dead stock coating. Although now that I've received it, I'm thinking this could be used even for dressmaking. So if I just maybe zoom in slightly, try not to zoom in on my face too much, but just so you can kind of see, if I just pop that up there on my sewing machine, this isn't actually that thick a fabric, but look at the texture that's going on there, and I love those metallic colours, the orange, the magenta, the royal blue and the gold. I think it's beautiful. It would make a gorgeous jacket, blazer, but likewise it would also make a beautiful maybe pinafore dress or something like that. The new Schultz apparel pattern, Kasia, I think would look gorgeous in that fabric. So yeah, I'm looking into a few different options. I'm not putting it away yet because I think this is actually something I want to use for spring, unlike the other coatings which are more suitable for winter. Just love those colours, and I hope they like me too. I'm still trying to figure out what my colours are because I change my hair colour quite regularly. I've tended to go, you know, from that platinum blonde to the red, and now I'm kind of something in between. So I'm figuring out what works for me and what doesn't. But yes, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous dead stock coating there from Rainbow Fabrics. And then I have one more fabric to show you, and this is from a shop I discovered in December when I was running my Instagram challenge, hashtag A Fairy Vintage Christmas 2021, with my friend Lisa, aka Bobo Bun, on Instagram. I'll just pop her handle in there. You should check her out. She, if you like vintage inspired clothing, is one to follow. And she's also a dressmaking teacher as well, and she likes to share tips and techniques and things on her Instagram, so it's worth giving her a follow. But this is the final fabric that has come that I cannot wait to sew with, and I just need to decide which pattern I'm going to make. So I'm trying to introduce more separates into my wardrobe. I'm just trying to decide on the right fabric, a couple of Stanwick skirts sewn up, but I also want a couple of vintage looking blouses. So that's why the patina, I think, has come to the rescue to get that not total vintage look, but a real retro vibe, which I'm going to use this fabric for. But this fabric here, it's like a silk, it's a vintage fabric. And this is one that I have got from Missy Mop Fabrics. So as I say, I discovered them through the challenge. They became one of our sponsors, and a lot of the fabrics there are one-offs. You will not get them anywhere else. This was actually a one-off piece. It's 2 meters of this beautiful silk rose print. And I just love that contrast between that bright pink and the green. I think it's beautiful. And I need to find out which pattern. I've been looking at the smooth sailing blouse by Wearing History as a possibility for sewing that up. We'll soon find out. I might just buy it and give it a quick twirl, and then I'll know what I'm doing. But I couldn't resist that gorgeous rose print. Roses are just something I cannot say no to. And then I got some vintage velvet ribbon as well, because actually I think a little necktie detail would be super cute against those roses. And then just as a little gift, Nikki at Missy Mop has sent me a couple of things. So the first is this vintage collar. So look at the detail on there. That's beautiful. Whatever I make, whichever pattern I decide to use to make my blouse with this fabric, I do hope I can incorporate that. I think that would work really beautifully with that fabric. So yeah, I really do want to incorporate that. I've never actually sewn in a pre-made collar. So I'll have to look into how I actually do that and get the necklines to line up and things like that. And in my order as well, and this is real cute, I have this velvet ribbon bow, and I've been planning to make the Charlotte beret from Gertie's Patreon, which was designed by Tuppence Halfpenny, and yeah, I've been meaning to get that sewn up, so I think that little bow would look smashing on my beret once I get to make it. So yeah, I really love Missy Mop Fabrics. Again, dead stock is what I try to buy when possible. Sometimes I can't resist, you know, other things, but those fabric trims and haberdashery and things that Nikki has there on the website are just absolutely beautiful, and she does upload new pieces very regularly, so you're always likely to find something new. Now for me, the trick is to try and avoid it for a couple of weeks until I deal with the fabrics that I've got. Yeah, so those are my recent fabric acquisitions and some of the plans that I have in motion to sew with those, and I hope you enjoyed sharing that little insight. And if you've any ideas about what I could do with 2 meters of jersey, just in case I go off the idea of making a maxi skirt, please do let me know. And again, any ideas for this, because I have a few different things running around in my head, but sometimes it's nice to get suggestions from other people. So yeah, I'll go and tidy up this little mess that I've created here and get some of these in the pre-wash. Whatever you're up to, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy stitching. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you did. And do let me know what you think of some of these fabrics in my comments below. Take care everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.